This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
Breaking overnight, a 15-year-old is missing from Bloomington. Coming up, what police know about where that teen was last seen and where he may have been heading.
And no more e-cigarettes for one central Indiana city. We'll show you where it's no longer okay to vape in some public places. It's 6 o'clock on our Thursday morning, and it is a Storm Team 6 alert day. I'm Meredith Barrett.
And I'm Lauren Casey. Todd Clausen was with us this morning, tracking those showers as they move across the state. Where are they at right now, Todd?
You know, the heaviest of the rain is north of Indianapolis, and it's coming down pretty good. So certainly some ponding on the roadway going to be a possibility. So that's where I'm going to take you to start here. We'll do a little tour into many of your neighborhoods so you can see exactly where it's raining and where the rain is a little less intense. So Frankfort to Lebanon, some real heavy rainfall right now over towards Sheridan and then up into the Tipton area. As you work your way a little bit further down to the south, there is some decent rain on the northern part of 465 and then over to where 69 comes in there in Castleton. So certainly give yourself some extra time there. Some real heavy rain between Alexandria and Anderson and then down towards Marklettville and into the Shirley area. South of I-70 though, some scattered showers, some light rain, but the heaviest of the rain is north of the city right now, and all this is pushing off into Ohio. So another half hour or so that moves off to the east, but there'll be more waves of rain off and on throughout the day today. So most likely your windshield wipers will be on at some point throughout the day today. And I would have the umbrella handy. We're right around 70 degrees right now. And honestly, with the clouds and the rain, temperatures don't do a whole lot today. We'll eventually top off, Lauren, in the upper 70s.
All right, Todd, thank you so much. Let's take a live look outside right now. This is where we had that crash cleanup on northbound I-65 north of 38th Street. You can see they were able to pull the crash scene over to the side of the road. So this was blocked for a little while and traffic was pretty backed up. But right now traffic is getting by just fine. Just maybe a few minute delay there. But overall, you can take I-65 northbound on the northwest side. Just use caution as you head past these flashing lights and watch for crews working on the side of the road. Let's take a look at our traffic now map right now. And you can see the delay, but again, this is opened back up, so that is good news. Just expect some slower traffic between 38th Street and Lafayette Road. We'll continue to keep you updated on any other crashes or delays. But right now, we do want to talk about that heavy rain and storms as it moved through the area. That led to some power outages. IPL is currently reporting nearly 2,000 customers without electricity. Duke Energy is reporting more than 5,000 customers without power right now. A majority of those are near the Kentucky border, though. Nearly 100 customers in Martinsville are without power. In Johnson County, REMC is also reporting about 2,600 people are without power this morning.
We are following breaking news from the city's west side. That is where authorities are investigating a house fire. Crews were called to the scene on Beasley Drive just after 4 this morning. That's near 34th and Lafayette Road. Firefighters say a man injured in the fire drove himself to a nearby gas station for help. He was taken to the hospital in serious condition. We are told the house is considered a complete loss.
I want to get to some breaking news we're following from overnight. Police down in Bloomington want to know if you have seen this young man, Colin Wallace. He's 15 years old, and he hasn't been seen since just after 7:15 last night. Wallace was spotted walking east near Aladick Drive, heading near Crestmont neighborhood. Bloomington police believe that he was wearing an outfit that he's wearing in the picture on your screen, so come take a look at that. If you think you've seen Colin or if you have any information, please call Bloomington Police. The number is on your screen. That's 812-339-4477.
It's inhumane to leave two people there for dead, and that's what he did.
Well, two families are asking for your help after a hit and run on the west side of Indianapolis. This all happened just before midnight on Tuesday near Washington and Denison Streets. Bobby Joe Cardwell and Elijah Johnson suffered serious injuries. Relatives say the driver stopped briefly but then left the scene without getting help.
He ended up throwing my brother's leg away from the scene so he could move his car and drive off. And the whole time my brother was asking, please call for help. Please just don't leave us here. But he did. He left.
How could you not get somebody help? You're out looking at them knowing they need help. I don't care if you don't have a phone. Go run somewhere, find somebody that has a phone.
Well, police are reviewing the video that could be related to this case, but if you have any information that could help investigators, please call Crime Stoppers at 317-262-TIPS.
A new ordinance that restricts electronic cigarettes in Columbus is set to take effect on October 19th. Last night, the council passed a ban on vaping inside all businesses in the city, including clubs and bars. This could be the start of a trend. You might remember Carmel passed a similar ban last month.
It just makes good sense from that standpoint to try to protect our citizens. We do this in multiple ways through a lot of our public safety people. We also have a responsibility to do that for their health as well.
Violators will face a $50 fine. As it's written now, the ordinance would also apply to vape shops. The city council has 60 days to figure out whether they want to exempt smoking in vape shops before the law takes effect. Today in hiring Hoosiers, students looking to get into broadcasting are getting state-of-the-art education that prepares them to do, well, what we're doing right now, and hopefully their teleprompters don't break while they're doing it. This is something they'll need to learn, reading off paper scripts.
Oh, yeah, and we're talking about BDTV. It's part of the Career Center at Area 31 at Ben Davis High School. Pretty exciting. They're learning how to get into the television industry, and our own Alyssa Donovan is joining us in studio right now to talk all about this program. Hey, Alyssa.
Hey, and one of RTV6's very own is actually alumni of this program. She's one of many graduates that are working in the industry right now. The program is so successful that one of the students we talked to says he actually beat out college students for a summer internship. Kieran Simmer worked on this video before graduating earlier this year.
I'll talk to people that have also graduated this year, and I can show them some of my work, and they said, wow, I wish I had this kind of opportunity in high school.
He sat in the same classroom as these students who are receiving hands-on experience in television production, an education that will lead to major opportunities in the field.
The internship I had this summer was offered to college juniors or seniors. So the skills that I've learned here are so high and are usually attained by people that are much, much older than me.
Like many BTV grads that came before him, Simmer is continuing his education. He starts at Ball State this year, where he'll work a video job while pursuing a degree in telecommunications.
We still need to work on our newscast.
Instructor Dennis Goen spent years working as a news and sports photographer, sharing that knowledge with students in the BTV program for nearly 20 years.
The challenge for me is to take that student to make them understand how serious this is. We treat it not like any other class. It is a production facility. Students learn camera operations, news writing, editing, field and studio production, all of the elements it takes to create a professional newscast. Just like this one featuring a BTV alum, RTV6 weekend anchor, Nicole Griffin. Our students are working in just about every TV station here in Indianapolis. We have students that are working in film production all over the world. And because of the years that we've been here and the success that we've had, we want to continue the legacy of greatness. A legacy that's well known by students who feel fortunate to be a part of the program.
There's something special about BDTV that you can't get really anywhere else in the country.
And I want to mention Dennis Goins, the instructor, is also a former RTV6er. So he is teaching some of those kids exactly what we do right here in the studio. He says there are students from 11 different schools that come to the Career Center just for that program.
Very cool, Alyssa. Thank you so much. Loved the old shots of Nicole Griffin
a little
there.
throwback Thursday there for us.
Definitely. All right, well, new this morning, overnight work is happening on a brand new Monon Trail bridge span. A section of the bridge was installed this morning over State Road 32 in Westfield. The road was shut down while two cranes lifted the bridge pieces weighing 128,000 pounds into place. It's been a long time coming, as Westfield's mayor says. For years, there was actually a roadblock in place on the Monon at State Road 32 to help keep everyone safe.
We applied for federal funds, safety funds. We're awarded that. It's a long process, and here we are tonight. That's why in the world a mayor is up at 2 a.m. This is a pretty big deal for the little city of Westfield.
Well, the State Road 32 bridge is almost twice as long as the Monon Trail Bridge at 146th Street. someone who uses the Monon Trail frequently, Todd, I'm sure a welcome change there, but I don't think anyone's going out bike riding this morning.
Yeah, you know, it might be a little bit of a wet ride, and certainly if there's any lightning in your neighborhood, definitely don't get out there on the bike. And there is some lightning, but a lot of that is tailed off. But as the kids head off to the bus stop, they definitely need the umbrella and the backpack as we continue to deal with areas of rain. A temperature right around 72 degrees when they come home. Still some scattered showers and storms, and a temperature right around 79. So the heaviest of the rain continues to fall north of Indianapolis, and here was one of those lightning strikes just north of Newcastle, but there was a lot more earlier. And then as we work our way back off towards the west, some heavy rain Frankfort to Linden up to just south of Lafayette. Lighter rain down to the south, but this is the first of what will be several rounds of rain heading our way throughout the course of the day. You notice it lined up back off to our west. We'll talk more about the timeline of the showers and storms and look ahead as well coming up in Maine weather in just a few minutes.
All right, Todd, thank you so much. Up next, saving lives for a living. Today in Hiring Hoosiers, we'll show you a program that's helping young people find their path towards a career as a first responder.
And would you pay a toll to avoid heavy traffic? Up next, one candidate for mayor floats the idea of a toll road, as well as a way to use the money from those tolls.
And we want to give you another look at that crash cleanup on the northwest side of town in the northbound lanes of I-65, a little north of 38th Street. You can see we have crews there on the side of the road working to clear this up. Traffic is able to get by that now in that area, though, so that is great news. No major delays. We'll continue to keep you updated on any crashes or issues for your morning drive on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
Financing for 60 months on select 2019 Atlas models.
Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana. The time now is 6:14 on your Thursday, and our Shea Goodpaster just arrived at the scene of that crash cleanup we've been telling you about on northbound I-65, a little north of 38th Street. You're looking live here right now. The good news is we actually have some orange barrels out here for construction, so they have got this crash scene pulled over out of most of the travel lanes. Traffic is able to get by. Just use caution because we know, as you can see here, we have crews working on the side of the road. We'll check in with Shea and see if there are any injuries here or any other details you need to be aware of, but you can see the good news right now is traffic is moving.
Hiring Hoosiers now, and as we all know, firefighters risk their lives every single day to save complete strangers in their community.
Yeah, and a lot of students see their work and they want to step into that role and be a public servant. And so our Aaron Lish is joining us with some details about how students at C9 are getting classroom to career ready. Aaron, good morning.
Good morning. So over at Central 9 in Greenwood, they do a 2-year program, and eventually it helps them land a job in an actual fire department and, of course, serve the community here in Indiana. So for the first year, they focus on firefighter training, and then in the second year, they focus on EMT. And what's really unique about this is they give real firefighting gear to these students. They work on real fire engines, and they perform the rescue tasks you'll see at a real fire scene. They climb ladders, they go into mock burning buildings, and of course, you see plenty of physical training. They also get dual credits, and if they pass the test, they can get their state fire certification, hazmat certification, along with CPR and first aid. That following year, they can take the EMT class and also get certifications through that. Students say this is preparing them for a career while they're working towards their high school diploma.
Yeah, when I graduate, I'll have all my certifications to be a firefighter. I'll have, if I pass the test, I'll have my EMT. And then I can get hired on hospitals to be an EMT, and then right when I'm 21, I can apply to be on fire departments.
And instructors say along with the physical aspect of this program, they also work on the mental side, so they know students can handle this line of work. And when those instructors aren't on campus, they're at their actual jobs as firefighters. So this is a really unique opportunity for students to learn from these different firefighters who work at multiple stations across the area here. I'll have a little bit more from those students in the next half hour, but for now, back to you in the studio.
Aaron, thank you. Software developers is a rapidly growing occupation in the state. That means they need workers. Our Amanda Starantino tells us about the Kenzie Academy program that can get you from a classroom to a tech career in as little as 9 months.
This 25-year-old former special ed math teacher with a degree in health sciences is now a software engineer.
Oh, I absolutely want to keep on this career path. Right now, I really enjoy what I do. I love the fact that I'm a UX engineer because I can kind of work in any type of sector that I want to.
Maya Williams is a graduate of Kenzie Academy, a vocational school based in downtown Indianapolis that is creating a pipeline of tech talent with a focus on getting their students immediately employed.
I actually started my job the same day I finished at Kenzie. Everything that we've learned at Kenzie, in my experience, has been directly correlated to what my job entails.
Kenzie Academy is non-traditional learning. They're ditching the textbooks for hands-on learning, teaching students coding so they can land a job.
The biggest need right now is there's a lot of high-paying jobs that are just going unfilled. Kenzie, we fast-track the pace of education.
Matt Cummings is the campus director with Kenzie. 20 to 25 students begin each quarter and finish their academic program in as little as 9 months. Cummings says their curriculum is developed by industry experts from Zillow, LinkedIn, and Google, so it's based on the hiring needs of top employers. Kenzie costs $24,000 for the 2-year program, but students can choose to worry about tuition after they're done learning. That's because Kenzie Academy offers an income share agreement. Students pay $100 up front and don't have to pay the rest until they land a job.
So with an income share agreement, we only get paid once our students get a job that pays $40,000 or more. If you do get a job that pays over $40,000, then you pay back a percentage of your income.
Kenzie Academy says that means they have an invested interest in helping their students find a job that pays well.
Average starting salary of these students who've been employed is $57,000. And that's just the bare bone entry-level salary.
It's a career path that has brought meaning to Maya for her to explore what she is passionate about while making a steady paycheck.
After thinking about my background and what I've been good at, working with youth, through teaching and coaching and all of those things, I really learned how to make it accessible for the people that I want to consume the information. It's really good to be able to make an impact with your skill, kind of on anything that you're passionate about.
If this sounds interesting, but you're not sure if it's for you, you can check out the online course Kenzie Free. We have a link to it at hiringhoosiers.com.
Time right now, 6:19. The Republican candidate for mayor of Indianapolis says he thinks that the city should have some toll roads. Jim Merritt floated the idea around of an express toll lane on Benford Boulevard and other major streets people use to get to Marion County. The city has had trouble coming up with the money to fix the potholes and other infrastructure. Mayor Joe Hogsett's campaign on Twitter quickly criticized the idea of toll roads, but Merritt says it would be optional for drivers. Right now, we want to get a check of our forecast. Todd Clausen is standing by. Hey, Todd.
All right, as you take to the roadways here this morning, you're going to have to slow down a little bit, especially where some of this heavy rain continues to fall this morning, and that is just north of I-70. You notice the heaviest of the rain through the Muncie area right now. A few lightning strikes there as well, then extends eastward towards Winchester. Some pretty good rain in Newcastle, and as we work our way back off towards the west a little bit, pockets of moderate rain in and around Carmel, then Noblesville as you work your way up Hazeldale Parkway there, eventually towards Morse Reservoir. Some pretty good rain. Then Tipton back towards Frankfort. You see the yellows, you see the reds there. That's some heavy rain. Not as much in the way of lightning, though, as you work your way off towards the north and west. And as we slide to the south, just a little bit of some light rain in and around the downtown Indianapolis area. Then it's some light rain over towards Shelbyville. And this is all moving off towards the east pretty quickly. Light rain in Bloomington, Nashville, and Columbus. But you had some real heavy rain down in the Bloomington area this morning with quite a bit of lightning as this initial wave came in. So I'm sure at some point maybe you got woken up there down in Bloomington and Bedford and the Columbus area. But this wave continues to stream to the east. But as you look off towards the west, what do you see? Quite a bit of rain. It comes at us in waves here today as this cold front slowly starts to work its way from northwest to southeast through the state. So northern locations, because the front gets to you a little bit quicker, you'll see less in the way of rainfall throughout the day. But southern sections, you'll probably see several rounds of some decent rain, Bloomington and Seymour. Some scattered showers off and on throughout the entire day in Indianapolis. As far as severe weather, I can't completely rule out the chance of maybe an isolated warning here in southern locales, but no widespread severe weather is expected. And if you did see an isolated thunderstorm warning, it would be for some gusty winds. So outside right now, kind of a dreary look in downtown with the clouds and the wet pavement. 70 in Indy, 68 in Bloomington. Temperatures today with the clouds don't really do a whole lot. We'll will go up to about 79 to 80 degrees for your high temperature. And then as we look ahead in this forecast, here is what we've been waiting for all week long. Tomorrow, 78, more comfortable with the lower humidity than Saturday and Sunday. High temperatures will be in the upper 70s with lots of sunshine. Should be beautiful. But look at these weekend lows. Saturday morning, 58. Sunday morning, we are looking at a temperature of 57 degrees. So it's going to feel more like mid to late September than August here over the weekend. But the heat and humidity, it builds back in next week if you're a fan of these warmer temperatures. Highs in the mid 80s Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Lauren.
Todd, thanks. We have an update from Shea Goodpaster at the scene of this crash on northbound I-65 north of 38th Street. We're learning from him this is actually 2 separate crashes involving 6 total vehicles. 2 of those vehicles were semis, and that's why this cleanup is taking a little while. Thankfully, no injuries to report, and what you need to know is traffic is still able to get by, so you can continue northbound on I-65 on the northwest side.
The Trending 6 is next on Good Morning Indiana. And it isn't every day when a bunt ends up being a homer, especially after you get out of Little League. But it happened last night, and we'll show you where. Coming up.
Boy Furniture Galleries. Live life comfortably.
It is now time for the Trending 6. This is everything you need to know before you head out the door.
Yeah, these are stories that everyone's going to be talking about today that you'll want to know about.
It starts off with a bronze hawk that is missing from a local park. This unique piece of art was seen last week, and the organization Millersville at Fall Creek Valley say someone stole the bronze hawk statue that sat atop the iconic Millersville marker. They want to know if you have any information, and you can head to the RTV6 app and click on this story for how to contact police.
Oh, well, some sad news for fans of Alabama. The legendary country group has postponed its 50th anniversary tour. Lead singer Randy Owens says that he's been experiencing cluster headaches and bouts of vertigo. He says that his doctor advised him to stop touring for now. Alabama had been scheduled to play here at Bankers Life Fieldhouse on November the 9th.
A girl who took a rock from the Great Smoky Mountains National Park during her visit felt guilty and mailed it back with an adorable apology letter. In a Saturday Facebook post, park rangers shared the letter, which was signed Karina. According to the post, Karina included a donation and a pencil drawing of a waterfall at the park. The rangers replied, thanking Karina and assuring her the rock had been returned to its rightful location in the falls.
Well, Dwayne Johnson is rocking the box office and his bank account. The Hobbs and Shaw star tops this year's Forbes list for the world's highest paid actors, raking in $89.4 million between last June and this June. Pretty good there. The massive grosses of Avengers Endgame helped Chris Hemsworth land the second place with $76.4 million, and Robert Downey Jr. taking third with a mere $66 million.
Here's a new candidate for the worst ceremonial first pitch. Check it out. This is actress Téa Leoni. She was actually throwing out the first ball before the game between the Mets and Cleveland last night.
That's totally something I would
While
do.
she was shooting scenes for her show, Madame Secretary. Yeah, stick to acting, I would say.
Yeah. Well, you see it in T-ball and maybe Little League sometimes, but this week, Reese Hampton of the Lakeland Flying Tigers of Florida State League laid down a bunt against Jupiter Hammerheads. The throw from the catcher goes into right field, and Hampton keeps running. He doesn't stop at second or third. He goes all the way home, and he is safe. Sure, that's an error, but back when Todd Clausen was playing, he and his friends would call that a home run.
That's right.
There you
went
go.
all around the bases.
And when we say back when Todd Clausen and his friends were playing, we mean last night, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Look good to me. Looks like a homer in a scorebook. All right. Here's the rain that's moving through. The heaviest rain is to the north. We'll talk more about these showers and thunderstorms, which will continue off and on throughout the day, coming up when we continue in just a few minutes.
Store. Ashley Home Store. This is home. This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
Now at 6:30, Classroom to Career is part of our Hiring Hoosiers initiative, working to help your kids find their path forward. This morning, we're highlighting programs to give you that jump start into radio and television, or also as an EMT.
And police and a Bloomington family are asking for your help. The details they want you to hear this morning as they search for this missing teen.
And people living on the southwest side of Indianapolis could soon be forced from their homes. The reason the property's owner says there's nothing they can do. Here at 6:31, want to welcome you into Good Morning Indiana on the Storm Team 6 Alert Day. I'm Lauren Casey.
And I'm Meredith Barrick, and it is a Storm Team 6 Alert Day because pretty much all of central Indiana will be getting some rainfall at some point this day.
Yeah, you know, absolutely. In some areas overnight saw some real heavy rain and a lot of lightning down towards Bloomington and Bedford. We didn't have anything severe, but here's what's left of what we'll call the first round of rain moving through for our Thursday. And you can see there's still a lot of yellows and reds on the map here. So we'll go to Crawfordsville with some heavy rain up towards Frankfort. So this includes Interstate 65. So there's a stretch there. You'll really need to slow down with that heavy rain. There could be a little bit of ponding on the roadway there. Tipton to Elwood up to Fairmount into the Marion area. And then eventually as you work your way to the east into Winchester, where we actually have a few lightning strikes. And you'll have a few thunderstorms off and on throughout the day today. But we're not expecting any widespread severe weather. Maybe there could be an isolated warning in southern locations this afternoon. But this wave is going through. You look back off towards the west and there's more scattered showers and storms, and that's what's moving through during the course of the day today. So our rain chances will probably decrease as the day goes on, but you'll really still need to have the umbrella from start to finish. 76 by the noon hour with our high temperature today getting up to 79 degrees. Lauren?
Todd, thanks so much. Here's a live look from our photographer, Shay Goodpaster. He's at the scene of this crash on northbound I-65, a little north of 38th Street on the northwest side of town. Now, here's what you need to know. He tells us he learned from crews at the scene that there were 2 separate crashes in this area involving 6 different vehicles, and 2 of those vehicles were semis. So they're still working to clean up that mess right now. It is off to the side of the road in the northbound lanes. We can also tell you no one here was injured, so that is the good news this morning. Also good news is traffic is able to get by, so you do not need to take a detour route. Of course, we'll continue to monitor this area and any other crashes and keep you updated this morning. But the heavy rain and the storms that have been moving through our area are also leading to some power outages for you this morning. IPL is currently reporting nearly 2,000 customers without electricity, and Duke Energy is reporting more than 5,000 customers without power. A majority of those are near the Kentucky border, though, and nearly 100 customers are without power in Martinsville.
It is 6:34, and this month we are showing you all the ways local schools are helping students get classroom to career ready.
And today we're talking to Alyssa Donovan about how one program is helping students get ready for a career in the television or radio industry, stuff
Basically,
that we do right here.
what we do.
Yeah, they're getting a jump start on that right now. Alyssa, tell us more about it.
So actually, one of RTV6's very own graduated from this program. Nicole Griffin is a BDTV alum. She's one of many who got their start in the industry right in the classroom at Ben Davis. Now, BDTV at the Area 31 Career Center gives students a head start in television production. Students learn camera operations, news writing, editing, field and studio production, all of the elements it takes to create a professional newscast. The legacy of this program is well known, sending grads on to excel in college or get production jobs right out of high school. One student we spoke to was so prepared, he was able to snag a college internship. Keep in mind, this kid just graduated high school.
The internship I had this summer was offered to college juniors or seniors. So the skills that I've learned here are so high and are usually attained by people that are much, much older than me.
The instructor says one of the things that makes BDTV so special is that alumni often come back and credit their success with what they learned right in that classroom. And that instructor, who is also an RTV6er, former RTV6er, I should say, also says that more than 11 schools come to that center, more than 11 schools bring students to that center, rather, specifically just for this program.
Alyssa, thank you so much.
When the alarm goes off, first responders jump into action and help whoever may need their help.
Yeah, and we're so thankful for all the work they do in our community, and a lot of students admire their work as first responders, and so they're getting some early training in high school on how to be a firefighter or EMT. And this morning, our own Erin Lish joining us live explaining how these students are getting classroom to career ready. Hey, Erin.
Good morning. So at Central 9 in Greenwood, they have a program. It's the Fire and Rescue. And those students, they work hard daily figuring out if this is the career path they want to take and if they are cut out to be a firefighter someday.
Got a victim.
Central 9 students perform a mock search and rescue.
All right, she's unconscious and low in air.
learning skills needed to become firefighters, and their instructors are actual first responders.
Up in the morning! Up in the morning!
Mentally and physically, we preach a lot about character to get them that mental toughness that's required to be a firefighter and an EMT to get them prepared for the workforce.
Through fire and EMT training, they can earn multiple certifications like CPR, first aid, and basic life support, preparing them for a life after graduation.
I can get hired on hospitals to be an EMT, and then right when I'm 21, I can apply to be on fire departments.
And as they simulate saving someone from a burning building, through this program, they know they want to help the community someday.
To serve people, I've always wanted to be that guy who people look at and respect. I mean, I'm going to be humble about it, but it's a blast, and I just want to help people.
Good work, boys.
This is such a unique program, and as I mentioned, those instructors are firefighters, and what's really neat about this is they come from departments from all over the area, so it really gives those students a broader knowledge of what happens with these different fire stations because they all operate differently. Back to you in the studio.
Erin, thank you so much. And as our Hiring Hoosiers Classroom to Career initiative continues tomorrow right here on Good Morning Indiana, we want to give you a preview of the stories and the schools we'll be featuring. You can see them on your screen right now. Be sure to join us all week right here on Good Morning Indiana from 4:30 to 7 for more Classroom to Career.
We are following some breaking news this morning from the city's west side. That's where authorities are currently investigating a house fire. Crews were called to the scene on Beasley Drive just after 4 this morning. That's near 34th and Lafayette Road. Firefighters say a man injured in the fire drove himself to a nearby gas station so he could get help. He was taken to the hospital in serious condition. We're told the house is considered a total loss. And Bloomington police want to know if you have seen this young man. Colin Wallace is 15 years old and was last seen just after 7:15 last night. Wallace was spotted walking east near Olytic Drive, headed toward the Crestmont neighborhood. Bloomington police believe he was wearing the outfit you see in the picture on your screen, so please take a close look. If you think you have seen Colin or have any information, please call police.
The time right now is 6:39, and only here on RTV6, dozens of people are facing a tough task this morning. They only have less than 2 months to move out of the I-70 mobile home park on the southwest side, and they reached out to RTV6 for answers. According to a paper delivered to the residents, the park's owner is shutting down operations as an alternative to fixing $100,000 in water pipe problems. Well, now residents who own their homes are scrambling to try and figure out how to move entire buildings from land owned by someone else.
If you can imagine taking your home and picking it up and moving it somewhere else, it's not something you do overnight. You know, they're evicting us and saying that we have to be out in 60 days. It's not like living in an apartment and you're going to move your trailer or you're going to pack up your stuff and get out of the apartment and get in another one. It's not that way.
Well, the brothers of the woman listed as the park's owner told RTV6 the cost to repair the water pipes is just too high and residents will have to find a new place to live. Among the major concerns from residents is what happens to their contracts, allowing them to live in the park, including some who paid in advance.
After 5 reports of guns found in student backpacks at Central Indiana schools just this month, RTV6 is working for you to answer an important question. What more can be done to stop students from bringing guns onto school grounds? 2 of those guns incidents happened on Tuesday alone at 2 separate Indianapolis area high schools. State legislators have passed a bill that increases school safety funding by $5 million each year over the next 2 years. Officials say safe storage of all weapons is important. It is 6:40, and Todd, there are going to be some unhappy dogs across Central Indiana today because it's raining cats and dogs.
You know, not the best day for the dog walking forecast. And Sasha, as you see here, she kind of has that look on her face like...
Sasha is throwing some shade.
Like, you're not taking me outside in that rain, Mom. And thanks for Pam for sending Sasha in Siberia. Siberian Husky there, looking all nice this morning. But yeah, we have to unfortunately give you the yellow pause here throughout the day today, because throughout the entire day we will have the chance of showers and storms in the forecast, and temperatures will eventually climb to near 80 degrees. And you can send your favorite four-legged friend to my Facebook page, Todd Clausen, RTV6, and we'll get him or her on the air here throughout the course of the next few weeks. We have some rain to the north. It's pretty heavy here still as you work your way from Winchester up towards the Marion area and Hartford City as well. Some heavier rain in Darlington as well as Frankfort. Less in the way of intensity as you work your way to the south. Some scattered showers, Bedford, Bloomington, over towards Columbus. This is just the first wave of rain that will be making its way through the area. There's more off towards the west, so have the umbrella handy as you walk out the door this morning.
All right, Todd, thank you. Helping you break through that glass ceiling at work. Just after the break, our Hiring Hoosiers career coach has advice on how to take those next steps.
You need to know at Martin.com.
There may be a time when you feel like you have hit a glass ceiling at work.
Yeah, you like where you live and you don't want to move, so what do? Our Hiring Hoosiers career coach has more advice so that you don't hit that glass ceiling.
Well, sometimes it can seem like there's just no potential for a higher level job or more pay, yet leaving the company can be a big risk. You may be able to create opportunities for growth in the company where you're working right now. First of all, try networking. Additional knowledge could help you grow in your position. Look into networking groups and free classes to help you improve your skill set. Work One and your local adult education programs like Central 9 offer classes for job seekers who want to grow. There are also free online programs available through lynda.com and Coursera, where you can gain valuable knowledge. Many universities also offer free courses to get you started on a career track. Look at nonprofitcollegesonline.com. Networking groups in your community have workshops and weekly meetings where you can meet interesting professionals just like yourself and learn about their career journeys while inheriting a group of new contacts outside your usual circle. It's a great way to build relationships with other people while furthering your career goals. Be sure to ask about new opportunities with your employer. Even though there may be little or no growth in your current role, that doesn't mean it will always be that way. Be that person who always steps up when the team needs you. You never know when something good will come out of it, and your name might be the one they call. Ask your coworkers for professional feedback. Ask them questions like, how did you get to where you are today? And could you keep me in mind if you see an opportunity where I can participate in a project? Let them know that you are seeking new challenges and opportunities for growth. Don't hesitate to talk to your manager about your goals for your career. This is very important because it tells them that you are ambitious and career focused.
All right, for more helpful advice from our Central 9 career coaches, you can visit our website, hiringhoosiers.com.
Time right now is 6:46, and this morning President Trump is standing by a controversial new immigration policy. Now, the rule would allow the government to detain migrant families indefinitely as their asylum claims are being processed. Under the long-standing Flores settlement agreement, a child can only be detained for up to 20 days. The president and Republicans claim the limit encourages undocumented migrants to arrive at the border with children, so detention time can be shortened. President Trump also said the administration is looking at reversing the policy that grants anyone born in the U.S. citizenship at birth.
It has been less than 3 weeks since mass shootings in El Paso, Texas and Dayton, Ohio. And in that short amount of time, more than 24 people have been taken into custody after making threats of carrying out similar mass shootings. This week, police in Long Beach, California arrested a man they say was planning to open fire at a Marriott hotel where he worked. The FBI issued a statement earlier this month asking the public to report to any law enforcement any suspicious activity that is observed either in person or online. This morning, a new tropical storm is churning in the Atlantic Ocean. Tropical storm Chantal officially formed on Tuesday night about 450 miles southeast of Nova Scotia. Right now, it only has winds of about 40 miles per hour. As of right now, experts say it is expected to downgrade into a tropical depression on Friday as it begins to turn to the south. It's not threatening any land right now, but it could impact cruise and cargo ships.
Well, we do want to talk about the weather today. We had some rain move through over downtown. And Todd, what is it like outside right now?
You know, the heaviest of the rain is kind of shifting off towards the east. That's the good news as we get into the full swing of the morning commute. But there will still be rain chances off and on throughout the day today. And the rain chances are highest through about mid-afternoon. And then they'll really start to tail off as we head into the evening hours. But it's not going to be raining at all times today. But have that umbrella handy. Here's where the heaviest of the rain is right now. Is still some thunderstorms moving through Randolph County in the Winchester area. Nothing severe here, but some real heavy rain from Winchester back up to the northwest into the Hartford City area to Marion, Alexandria, Anderson, Muncie. Some lighter rainfall. And then as we come in and around the downtown Indianapolis area, the roadways are definitely wet with some light rain that continues to fall. A little heavier rain there from Crawfordsville up towards Lebanon, then some spotty rain showers to the south. But earlier this morning, Bloomington, Nashville, Columbus down to Seymour, you had real heavy rain and a lot of lightning. No severe warnings overnight, but notice all that lightning that went through. So this first real wave of heavy rain is getting ready to push out of our area, but there's still a lot more rain back off to our west, and it's kind of in clusters. So that's what I mean. There'll be some dry hours with just lots of clouds around, and then the next wave of rain comes in, and it's all part of this cold front that's now to our north. So this cold front's going to slowly start to work its way to the south. So the further north you are, your rain chances end first here throughout the day today, and the further south you are, the longer your rain chances are going to linger throughout the course of the day. So as we work our way throughout the afternoon hours, that front is pushing through southern Indiana, and here's what I mean by the heavier rain, and it's that area from Bloomington to Greensburg, and maybe there could be an isolated thunderstorm warning later on this afternoon, but we are not expecting any widespread severe weather. And then scattered showers will be still in and around the metro area and points to the north until about 8-9 o'clock tonight. And then most of the rain comes out of the forecast. So it's not a complete washout of a day, just kind of a dreary day for us. And speaking of dreary, look at this view from downtown. I can't even tell which way we're looking at this point, but it really doesn't matter. This shows the picture here with the clouds that are in place. 70 degrees in Indy, 69 in Bloomington. Highs today will be topping off right around 80 degrees depending on where you are. So we really don't warm a whole lot today with the cloud cover in place, but things get much, much better going forward. Tomorrow, skies may start off with a little bit of cloud cover, but then partly cloudy. The big difference tomorrow, lower humidity, temperatures in the upper 70s. This weekend is looking terrific. Saturday, mostly sunny, 77, but starting off in the upper 50s. And then Sunday, a morning low right around 57 degrees, then getting up to 79 for your high temperature on Sunday. So a little bit of a cooler weekend, but it's a sun-filled weekend. Get out there and enjoy. Should be real nice all across central Indiana. Then the warmer temperatures build back in, as well as the thunderstorm chances as we work our way into the first half of next week. Lauren?
All right, Todd, thank you so much. We want to give you another live look from our photographer, Shea Goodpaster. He's at the scene of this crash cleanup right now. It's on northbound I-65, a little north of 38th Street in the northbound lanes. You can see he's on the side of the road there, and we have some semis involved. This was actually two separate crashes, 6 vehicles total involved in those wrecks. 2 of those are semis, so it's taking just a little bit longer to get this completely cleared up. The good news, though, no one was injured, and you can see here that traffic is still getting by about up to speed this morning. So just use caution as you head through this area. We'll continue to keep you updated on any other issues, but right now, this was our trouble spot, and it looks like it is clearing up okay. Well, coming up over the years, Call 6 Investigates has looked into thousands of stories across central Indiana. Just ahead in our Throwback Thursday, the hard-hitting investigation 40 years ago into McDonald's cherry pies. Stick around for that.
Years and counting on RTV6.
It is that time of the week once again where we dive into the RTV6 vaults and take a look into the past.
That's right. And today in our Throwback Thursday segment, we're taking a look at one of the most intense investigations that Call 6 Investigates has ever done. The year was 1979, and former Channel 6 reporter Rick Salinger took a long and hard look at McDonald's cherry pies.
He wanted to find out just how many cherries are actually inside these desserts.
How many cherries do you think are in this cherry pie?
About 50.
50?
Just about 50.
About 10.
Probably about 25 or 30.
So like any good investigative journalist, Rick bought 10 cherry pies, and with the help of former reporter Reed Duffy, they started counting.
As it turns out, from the 10 pies, the greatest number of cherries in any one, 7. The least, 3. The FDA regulations say frozen cherry pies must be at least 25% cherries. After weighing the fruit from these pies, the average was only 16 2/3%. The average number of cherries per pie, not the 100 you see on the package, but 5.
You're kidding. You gotta be kidding.
I'm not kidding.
5 cherries. Well, that's surprising. The answer is 5. Is that right?
Look, you gotta be kidding me. After our investigation, the FDA said that they would be contacting McDonald's.
Okay, well, I want to know what happens next.
I know.
Do we need to walk
Surely
down
we know by now.
to the McDonald's on the corner here and
Check 'em out.
do an investigation ourselves?
I think so.
Well, if you would like to see that story and any of our other throwback stories, we have all of this on the IndyChannel.com/history.
Only serious stuff here at RTV6 in the 70s.
Yes.
All right, we want to bring in Todd Clausen and talk about the weather today. It's a Storm Team 6 alert.
Yeah, and we're in alert mode for the rain that's moving through the area. The heaviest of the rain kind of shifting out of the area, but we'll continue to see some spotty showers off and on throughout the day today, so have the umbrella handy. Could be a rumble of thunder as well, but no severe weather's expected. Starting tomorrow, though, a great stretch of weather heading into the weekend.
All right, Todd, thanks so much, and thank you for joining us. We'll be back right here on Good Morning America with all your news, weather, and traffic updates.
We hope you have a great and safe Thursday.